Alright, you guys, welcome to this page of the notes. What we're going to do is we're going to solve some more of these absolute value inequalities, which means we're going to be solving and or inequalities. We just have to figure out which one it is, which we saw on the previous page of these notes, that chart, which tells us how to figure it out. So let's practice some more of that. Also, remember, please feel free to work ahead, see how these problems go on your own, give them a try, and then once you have your answers, come on back, check to see if you get what we get, what I get, and if not, figure out where you went wrong. So here we go, we're going to do this one, and right away I recognize, remembering solving absolute value equations, the absolute value must be by itself, and it's not. So I'm going to need to multiply the 5 to the other side first, and please remember, when you multiply by a positive number, you don't have to flip the inequality, so this is good as is. Let's go ahead and write it as 3w minus 8, taking the absolute value of that, and that will be greater than 4 times 5, which is 20. All right, now that I have the absolute value all by itself and I see that it is an inequality, now I have to decide, is it and or is it or? Well, if you remember the chart on the previous page, we said anytime that you have the absolute value greater than or equal to, it is going to be an or compound inequality, and here's how we're going to write it. We will have 3w minus 8 is greater than 20, or 3w minus 8 is less than a negative 20. And now you can see right away that these guys are going to be going in opposite directions. I'm going to be solving for w that will be greater than 20, that's going that way. I'm going to solve for w which is going to be less than a negative 20, that's going in that direction. Now I'm not saying that positive 20 and negative 20, I'm just saying, right, they're going to be going in opposite directions. We can see that based on the inequalities already, and that's perfect. Or inequalities should look like the ors on a rowboat, going in opposite directions. All right, so here we go. We got to solve for each of these individually. Let's start with this one. We'll add the 8 to the other side. So 3w is greater than 28. Divide both sides by 3. 28 is not evenly divisible by 3, so let's figure out what that is approximately. 28 divided by 3 should be 9.3. Okay, over here on this side, I'm going to add 8 to the other side. All right, when I add 8 to a minus 20, that should leave me with a minus 12. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. It is a positive 3 that I'm dividing by, so I don't have to worry about flipping the inequality. And w is going to be less than a minus 4. Okay, here we go. Let's graph this guy. Remember, I cannot write or inequalities in set builder notation. I can't do it, so now all that's left is just to graph it. Okay, I got negative 4 and a 9.3. I think I'm going to wind up skipping a little bit here. So here's minus, there's negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3. We're going to skip a few. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do these. I'll do these ones in red. I need everything less than a negative 4. Here's negative 4, strictly less than. That needs to be an open circle. And go ahead and do everybody less than that negative 4. That's everybody going in that direction. I now need everybody that is greater. I need everybody greater than 9.3. Again, guesstimate this one. I'm not going to be a super stickler about it. Can be close. Make sure it stays an open circle. And everybody greater than that number. Again, works out perfect, look like oars on a boat going in opposite directions. Only one of these inequalities can be true at a time. They both can't be true at the same time. There is no real number that satisfies both inequalities at the same time. That's why it's or. Okay, let's try another one. Here's what I've given you. The absolute value of 6y minus 5 is greater than or equal to 13. Well, first I need the absolute value to be all by itself, and it is. Second, now I need to figure out, since it's inequality, is it and or is it or? And I recognize that anytime I have the absolute value greater than or equal to the number, it is going to be an or inequality. Let me go ahead and write that so that I remember I am doing or. And here's how we write the or. It will be 6y minus 5 greater than or equal to 13, or 6y minus 5 less than or equal to a negative 13. Perfect, there we go. We can see right away, based on the inequalities, these guys are going to be heading in opposite directions, which is perfect. That's exactly what we needed. It is an or inequality. Solve both of these, graph them, and you've got your solutions. So let's go ahead and do that. First, I'm going to need to add 5 to both sides. 13 plus 5 should give me 18. Divide both sides by 6. I'm dividing by a positive 6, so I don't need to worry about flipping the inequality. So y, hang on, let me fix my y. Y is greater than or equal, 18 divided by 6 should be 3. On the other side, I'm going to need to add 5, so 6y is going to be less than or equal. It's a negative 13. I'm adding 5 to it, so we should be at a negative 8. Now I'm going to need to go ahead and divide both sides by 6. It is a positive 6. I don't need to flip the inequality because it's a positive number, so we'll just have a negative 8 divided by 6. Now obviously 8 is not evenly divisible by 6, so we're going to look to reduce this fraction if we can, and we can. Y is going to be less than or equal. They have a common factor of 2, so if I pull that out, I wind up with negative 4 thirds. Now as a fraction, as a decimal, negative 4 thirds, because when it comes to graphing these on a number line, it's better if you have a decimal that is approximately a negative 1.3. Alright, there's no way to write this in set builder notation, so we're not even going to try. We go straight to the number line. Here we go. There's going to be my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then go in the other direction. I will have my negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and let's graph those. Let me do it in green. Alright, I need everything greater than or equal to a positive 3. That's going to be a closed circle. And everything greater means we're going in this direction. You're headed that way. The negative 1.3, I need everything less than or equal. Once again, I'm going to need a closed circle. Guesstimate the negative 1.3. I think it's probably right about there-ish. Fill that circle in. It is equal to, and you need everybody less than it, so everybody going in that direction. It is an or inequality. They should look like oars sticking off the sides of the boat going in opposite directions. That takes care of all the problems on this set of the notes. Head on over to the next page of the notes and we'll try a few more. I'll see you there.